Pardon me. There we go. A little bit too much. Wanted to talk about, first of all, this outfit that I'm wearing. Oh boy. How quiet. It's a quiet Halloween. Usually you hear bands, like live music set up, at least a couple bands out there rocking some kind of death metal or something. But it's just, I went through town and I saw them setting up something. They had a lot of setting up going on, but even that was quiet. I mean, I was just kind of driving through and I was like, well, why is there a roadblock? And I look, oh, they're setting up a Halloween thing. It's Halloween. And so, but not the usual vibration, something going on, I guess, perhaps. We can talk about the placement of Scorpio right now, and there's a square to Jupiter, and that's money strain right there. If I remember right, Mars and Jupiter are square because, and also, well, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, no, it's an opposition. Opposition. Yeah, so that's kind of going both ways. The Taurus call is to maybe not do all of that stuff, and be so expending resources and energy when we can just relax and basically have a better time, not trying to impress whoever that is out there that is. Okay, now we look at the money, the veil, I guess, the veil where money is conducting something, right? I guess it's the Wizard of Oz picture. We're going to put this together somehow. It's really a blind spot for the entire organism called human beings here on this planet. And we are pulling up into like consciousness a little bit. Somebody, if it isn't going to be Barbie doll out here out in the mountains, just having gotten a little time on her own to contemplate, I guess. And that's one of the things I was going to talk about, how yeah, I guess the big worry is are we really going to die? Are we really, this is Halloween. uh, you know, are we really going to die? Or are we dead already? I would say we are dead already, and there's something else more brilliant going on that we're just not on that side right now. If you're watching this, I'm sorry, but you are not in the promised land yet, Boy, I looked at my pumpkin carvings on Facebook, and it's like, if that's not going to scare the kids, I don't know what, It's like, oh God, Shauna has gone, she has, talk about, can you not do traditional things? Here, let me go get my pumpkin. I don't know, I just think it's, only I know what it all is, but then when you look at it, it's like, gee, I should have the candle on, but do you see the carving? There's the third eye, and then the two eyes blind, and then, well, this ended up looking like an M, and then there's a W, and so that's kind of a trip, because that's not really the way it works. No, the way it works is W and M. So I'll get it right next time. But then over here we've got just a righteous kind of pumpkin head face, and then right here, I'm proud of my Ankh cross. I know I didn't have to report this, but I didn't buy this pumpkin. Somebody grew it, and then they chucked it my way. That's what you do, is you grow things and you chuck it at people. They go, what the hell do I do with it? Put it on my head. I knew a person who they just did a spur of the moment Halloween costume, and they stuck the pumpkin on their head. Talk about creepy. Whew. This is definitely a time to creep out. Humanity has gotten genuinely creepy. And pardon me, I mean, I took the advantage of the season. Let's talk about the living dead. And yes, the living dead and the real story, the scary story that is just the truth, that is our story, if at all you're a human being and you've noticed either the programmed zombie. How about it's the fluoride stare, have you heard about that? But are we past that? I don't know, babes. I have been, and I'm glad to be. See, this is the reason why I wanted to make this particular video. And let me take my whatever this shirt is off. I can't believe. I'm just trying to fucking find. If you can send me a shirt, let me know if you want some apples or something. A simple. I am not kidding. It must be that. Well, if you want something, really, you want something, go online and look for it. See, I would like to have it symmetrical, like some kind of embroidered, maybe mandala shirt or something. Something impossible. Like what, Shauna? I just go to any mystic shop or place that sells crystals, and usually they'll have some kind of something from Amsterdam or something. I'm just, please help me. I want to get online. I only have a few dollars left, and if I don't have decent threads to try and kickstart the rest of my life up here, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I mean, at least have some decent clothing so we can go out and say, hi, can I have a job? I don't know what kind of job I'm going to get. Being authentic and being an empath. See, empaths, they don't do the sadomasochistic, morally degrading thing of making money. They're not concerned with that. They're more creative, and they do things with their creativity that is so fulfilling and amazing. And it's talk about having not heard the music. It's like, oh no, what is going on? I'm pretty sure something is discouraging everything from being what it is or what it's supposed to be, which is human. Playing music together is a very human thing. The phenomenon isn't of the obvious. It's what I kind of said. It's right there in front of your face. We got together and we did something, at least for 2 or 3 hours. The 5 people on stage, they actually agreed on something exactly the same for more than an hour. That is something to say. That's why people just sit there and go, "What's going on?" A little of that, but really it's being here now. It's just being in the now, especially because you have to play your own music. Let it play you. That's what happened with this freaking pumpkin. I had no idea what I was going to carve. And then just the whole, well, I thought about it, but then, see, my grandma, technically, she stepped in and she helped me carve this one. This is her work. See, we just did it by eye. We didn't mess around or anything. And how do you like the, I tried to make some kind of star, but it sure didn't work. That's all I know how to do with a pumpkin. Talk about the living dead scene. What do we do with what do we do with it after that? I have to get online. I do not like to waste food. I don't like wasting stuff. I'm kind of like my mom up there, which it's her birthday tomorrow on All Saints Day. My mom. So I kind of did this. She was like, just whip it out. You can do a pumpkin and it'll last tomorrow. And it's her birthday. Her name was Punky, nickname. Because of the fact that just there's an onslaught of pumpkins the next day when she was born, I guess. Um, Celebrating her birthday is like, well, I can't help but to notice the pumpkins everywhere. kind of flying through the air, more like, babes, we have some good old aspects still going with Scorpio, money, other people's money, inheritances, um, insurance stuff. So I'm wondering, um, why don't I know anything besides for here I am trying to look at the big, the big picture and spectrum, and it seems to apply if you shrink it down, it's the same, and then you go out and see how how Nassim Harriman talks about. It's kind of that's the way it works. So scale and so if you just go general and talk about thanks for following this. Happy Halloween. I'm wearing my favorite costume, which is just the superhero who is obviously pretty burnt out. Actually, and I'm speaking for all of humanity, all of humanity, who is kind of. Oh boy, I think that's why it was so quiet today setting up Halloween. It's like, did you know that died like 3 years ago or some years ago? Something is fucking worn out and done already yet. I really love that too. And you can blame it on me, because I just said, you know what, fuck all of that. You go to the mountains, you just sit there and you try to figure out what's really going on. Like, what is going on? Why do I have a body again? This is interesting. It's nothing bad. You feel, you're like, this is great. And that's what I mean. Is like, there's a distraction. Like, try not to get distracted because your body is taking you on a journey. And it's not just about the obvious, is what I was trying to talk about. Like, when you go to sleep and pretty soon you start um, kind of clicking in, like, babes, when you do, you're going to see the world it's a literal cartoon, designs, things, scary as hell. That's why you want to have some kind of comic relief or like, yeah, the fairy tale, or just look at the Halloween thing. If there's a loser out there named Satan, um, I keep chopping that loser's head off and dancing on its body like a fucking welcome mat. I can care less, and I have a bunch of heads all over my as a necklace, just whatever, and I'm just constant. I have a lot of things going on, but my sword is definitely slaying the loser's head off. I love my guardian angels. The entire universe is my stomping grounds, and for whatever reason that I find myself here, and you too, I'm gonna have to get very personal and try to dial in on this because there's only so much time. And I'm just reminded to stay as the awareness or curiosity of a child. Stay playful. Keep playing. It kind of changes form, but as you go through the process here, and of course, now we are. This is not funny. We are playing with bodies, Yay! Here, take this one off. Put another one on. Yay! Woo! Hi, Jesus. Was that your message? Of course it was. Did everybody ever get that message? Comment section down below.